with you today, Lisa. What I'm going to do, like for our guys that are listening, I think I want to do like some sort of like tips and like advice coming
Sounds
from
good.
you. So I think that we'll do that. We'll be right back, and we come back with Lisa Discover-Radio.
Hi, it's Elizabeth the Barracuda. My Cuda tune of the day is fucking best song ever. Ricky Reed just really nailed his performance in studio. Loved this song. That's my Cuda tune. Fucking best song ever. Wallpaper.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Reed from Wallpaper, and you're about to hear the fucking best song ever on Cuda Tunes.
My name is, and I'm an alcoholic. Not for real, but what else do you call this? Find me in the club B, going duper dummy, borrowing your money. I'm in the bathroom, flask full of iced tea. College grad chick straddling me. I think that she want me to get up in her tummy. That's why they call me gutsy. And I be like, check my Spanish. Mamacita, te necesito. Soy ebrio, that's all the words I know. I shoot tequila from Costa Rica. I gotta tell ya, get into it. Best friends, you are my fucking best friends. Seriously, it's like the best night ever. This song, I'm really feeling this song. This song, fucking best song ever. It's only midnight, chicks like heels off, barefooted on the floor playing leapfrog. Skittles, totally no juice, and roly-poly produce. That's why they call me whoa dude, slow dude, you're old dude. Mamacita, te necesito. Soy ebrio, that's all the words I know. Margaritas and microwave pizzas. I gotta tell ya, best friends, you are my fucking best friends. Seriously, it's like the best night ever. This song, I'm really feeling this song. This song, fucking best song ever.
Listening to the show. We're back, and I'm here with Lisa Ann. My name is Elizabeth. And don't forget, if you want to pick up her book, The Life is out, and also your fleshlights.
Fleshlights at fleshlight.com, my website, thelisaann.com, and you can tweet me or Instagram me at TheRealLisaAnn.
Oh my gosh, like there's so much stuff. I love the breaks because in the breaks, like we could get other stuff.
Oh my gosh, you know how it is? Like when we're on air, like when I'm with Sirius doing my sports show, the 3 minutes that we get to talk to the producers in DC, we talk so much mad shit in those 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we got to go back because we don't even swear on the sports
You
channels.
can't.
No, we don't swear.
You're not-
So
yeah.
on break, we're like cussing up a storm. I'm like, we need to do a mashup of all of our on break combos.
That's funny. So before we get into speaking of fantasy
Serious?
sports, before we get into Sirius XM, you know, what you're doing right now, let's just go back and talk about the tail end of, you know, the porn stuff. Like, what are the pros and cons?
Pros and cons for me, I would say, let's start with this. Everyone knows who I am, which is a pro and a con.
Yes.
Okay?
Everybody knows Lisa Ann.
And it's a pro when everyone's smiling at me and they're uber cool. It's a con when some dude's videoing me at the gym. Like, shit like that is awful.
God, that's terrible.
It's creepy. People
Yeah,
follow
no.
me all the time. People are super creepy. And another con is I get shamed incredibly. Like, because I'm trying to migrate myself into this sports world, when I do an interview with another show,
yeah.
that sports show, or when I tweet with another host or that host, all they get is tweets like, how can you take sports advice from a girl who used to take dicks in her ass? Why should she even be talking? She should just have a dick in her mouth. Like, just like, I get verbally vomited on all fucking day long on social media. So what I've learned to do is there's days I just give myself a social media free day where I don't look at it at all. I don't check in with it. I set up some tweets to go out in the morning throughout the day, and I'm fucking done with it. But I had a good day on Thursday of last week. I decided I was going to start to retaliate. Just did it once.
Speaking of retaliating, I loved one of your tweets that you sent out.
Was it the one that said, asking me for
Yes.
sex? Tweeting me and asking me for sex
It's like asking the
is like
bank.
me tweeting the bank and asking for money. Hashtag pointless. It's fucking pointless. And
Yes.
so I think another one of the cons would be this confusion of accessibility. Everyone thinks because they've already beat off to me that they have the right to have sex with me. Yeah. And it's this younger generation who has no concept that this is a job and that this is their parents have never had the porn talk with them yet. So they're confrontational with me, not just on social media, but in person. How many times I've had some fucking little punk tell me what a useless whore I am because I wouldn't do a photo with him?
That is ridiculous to
Anywhere
me.
from Target to Whole Foods, anywhere I go. And it's like, yo, can I have a photo? Yo, will you get on my Snapchat? I'm like, no. Why? I don't work for you. Yeah. Why? You watch porn for free. Like, what have you ever fucking added to my life? Like, I did what I did. You should walk up to me. You should say thank you.
Yeah.
And then, well, fuck you. Then I'm never watching you again. I'm like, okay, well, you're a fucking whore. You should just take a picture of me. And I'm just like, these back and forth debates are getting you nowhere. So, you know, the pro is now I look back on this incredible journey that I took and I kind of giggle. And I'm like, wow, you fucking did that. That's pretty comical when you look back at your life and you look at the highs and the lows and you look at something that you did for such a long period of time and you enjoyed it. And, you know, I really feel I broke some great barriers in the interracial scenes with being one of the girls that didn't allow anybody to tell me it was going to ruin my career. And I made it a good 50-50, if not more, of my career. And so there's so many dynamic pros, and traveling the world on someone else's dime, like getting paid to go to Australia. These are gifts. And so for all of these kids and people that want to shame me all day on social media and tell me what a useless whore I am, which is just their opinion, which matters to me none, but it still hurts after you read 3,000 to 5,000 of those a day. And with 1 million followers, it's pretty common. I read 3,000 to 5,000 hateful things a day.
Wow.
And that's when I have to stop myself and go, well, you know what? You got to travel all over the world. You got to enrich yourself with experience, and they just don't get it.
Yeah, to me, it's just amazing. It's amazing how people just expect you to do things for them.
Right.
You know, one of the guys that he's a person that I have him on Facebook.
Okay.
I have him on Facebook. He doesn't exactly is like a fan of like the show.
Right.
He's just like a random troller.
Right.
And when he found out that you were going to be on the show, he immediately started private messaging me on Facebook.
He must be blocked from all of my social media.
Probably.
Most likely he is.
Probably.
Because I mute and block people all day long.
He was saying, oh, I need you to ask her all these questions. And I'm reading them, and I'm like, excuse me? And I was like, okay, what right? What right do you think that, You have. And it's,
I realize that I have provided people with so much comfort sexually that they don't know how to process it when they get their moment. So they kind of like lose their shit. Like, ask her this, ask her this.
And it was just like, but the questions were, they were kind of rude.
Oh yeah, most of the time.
They were rude, like for me to ask you. And I was like, no. Like, that is not, obviously you're not somebody that listens to the show because you have no idea what my show is about. And I just thought, and then of course after he's like, did you get my questions? Did you get my questions? And I never.
They're so obsessive on the DM shit, right?
And I never.
So obsessive. I'm like, once the notifications start coming up multiply from one person, I'm like, that's a creeper alert. That's what that shit is. That is a flat out creeper alert. You've seen that little flag go up. You better watch your back.
There's
just that confusion. I just want everybody to know that, I'm walking this tightrope right now between my new career and my previous career. And there's people who kind of treat it like, well, the past is the past, don't worry about it. Well, the past isn't the past. The past is a huge part of my life that I'm not ashamed of. So I do want to worry about it. I still want to promote my site. I put myself in a time capsule so I could look 43 forever and never age on camera. And that was my choice. And my scenes are timeless. You can go back and watch them. There's no expiration date. So when I'm on this balance beam of like the people who hate me because I've gotten a new career and then the people with my new career who want to act like my past didn't happen, I'm like, people, I'm here in the middle on this tightrope and I know what this is all about now, okay? I enjoyed the adventure that I created for myself and I enjoyed the adventure that I'm living now.
Yes. I love what you're doing right now.
I love what I'm doing right now. I love working in the fantasy sports world because I have to tell you, I have never met a kinder group of people that all they care about, listen, as long as you know your stuff, you're in the door.
Right.
And they know I'm willing to do my homework. They know I'm willing to do my work. They all treat me so well, and they all have to deal with dick pics sent to them for talking to me, horrible requests sent to them for talking to me, people stalking them for talking to me, and they deal with it. And I don't know how they deal with it. They are so warm, so welcoming, so kind, so helpful. I've just never met a small group of people where there's not one oddball that ever says anything off color. They just all stay in their lane. And it's just been this, I needed it because when I went through that period when I retired and there was all this bullying and harassment, being in this world of these kind people who have nice lives, who just want to play fantasy sports, and just want to know what the latest injury update is. It's really that simple. And there was no judgments about my past. There was nothing. It's just been dynamic. It was like jumping into holy water, right? It was like jumping out of the fire into holy water was what equivalent to what this fantasy sports family of mine has become. Yes. And just some of the people I've known the shortest time of my life that have made me feel like I've known them as long as I was in the business.
And whoever is into fantasy football or fantasy baseball, you can listen to Lisa. You can hear on Monday nights, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern. Lisa Ann does fantasy with Adam Ronis. And on Saturdays, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern on SiriusXM Fantasy Baseball with Howard Bender.
Yep, that's it. Mondays and Saturdays, and you can catch it anytime on demand as well.
I am so impressed with everything, Lisa. It's like you are just everything. You're an author. You went from starting your life at such a young age, and you've been on your own forever.
Yeah.
And you've been through so much life and so many experiences.
Yeah.
And to cut to see where you are now, because the first time I remember you was I was back at Playboy.
Okay.
And I met you at Playboy, and back then you had an agency.
Yep.
You had an agency, and that's when I met you.
Worst job I ever had, I got to tell you. Whoa. I mean, I thought all the girls were like me. I thought they all showed up on time, wanted their money, and were prepared. I had no idea. The shit show. I mean, I had bail bondsmen calling me in the middle of the night. The girls would call me, tweaking out of their mind at 2 a.m, asking me if there was any checks at the office for me. And I would be like, you do realize I'm home in bed. And even if I had a check, what are you going to do? Go lose 18% at a 24-hour check cashing store? And yes, they were. That's what they were going to do. It was insane.
It was like times change. And it's like I knew you then, and then cut to now. That you are a host doing fantasy sports.
Yeah.
It's so amazing to me. It's totally like two separate, like from one end to the other. And it's just like you just rediscovered, and not even rediscovered, you've done so much stuff. You're an entrepreneur, you've done everything.
It's great to challenge yourself to do new things.
Yeah.
You know, and learning all this, like learning fantasy baseball, it scared the life out of me in the beginning. I was like, well, I got to fall in love with baseball first. So I started going to a ton of baseball games and started really understanding the sport. And I'm not afraid to read. So I read, good 10, 15 books on just understanding the art of the game and the communication between the catcher and the pitcher and how silent and beautiful it actually is. Baseball games were no longer boring. And once I got past that, I could fall in love with fantasy baseball. So it's just about being able to let yourself fall into the